Hello, welcome to the Rose Love Garden Inspirational Channel. Hi, it's your girl Rose. I'm back and I'm here with a follow up to God answer your prayers. And He has heard your cries. So, as of you know, I'm here to tell you some good news. So, get excited. Yeah, get excited. All right. So I had a dream and I would like it to share it with you. All right. This is what God showed to me in the dream. I had a dream that I was in this area, this place that was out of my way. And I was pushing a baby carriage with a baby in it. Okay. And I was walking and I saw a group of guys, and one was separate from the other guys. He had like a brunette, curly, wild hair, a little bit short than shoulder length. And he didn't look American, right? Like he was from some other place other than America. But where I was in America, but somewhere out of my way in America. Okay? And so I was walking and I saw these group of guys and they kind of look not like your usual guys that you would see day to day, like professionally looking, right? And I wasn't really thinking too much of it. I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, I gotta find my way back home. How do I find my way back home from here? And I'm walking with a baby in a carriage, right? And so I'm looking around and trying to find my way, not really asking anyone any questions about, the area, where I am, and how to get back home. I'm just trying to figure it out on my own. So as I'm walking, there's this lady that shows up, and she's carrying groceries with another woman. And then as she's walking, she drops her groceries. And she had eggs, potatoes, butter, etc. in her bag. And the eggs opened up and broke. They splattered all over the ground. Cracked all over the ground. Eggs splattered all over the ground. And so there was a car that came, and it was driving so fast towards this woman. And she stopped and looked around as she was yelling, like a frustration of how she dropped her groceries. Now, please pay close attention to this because this is really good. God is really good. How He shows us things, prophesies through dreams or spiritual downloads of what He is going to do for us next. Okay? So I'm frustrated about getting lost and not being able to find my way back to another, back home from another place. And excuse me, I am having a little bit of allergies, sinuses. It happens to us seasonal wise. So just bear with me. And before I continue, please like this video, share this video, subscribe. And so that this channel can grow. We can grow this inspirational channel together and go on a great adventure together. And we'll talk about some more in-depth things along the way and share testimonials. Let's keep in mind to keep, if anyone comments, to keep it, we're adults, like childlike, innocent, angel-like, and uplift one another, inspire one another, okay? This is what this channel is for, so please, again, like this channel so that this channel could grow. And yeah, because this is my calling. This is my calling. God called me to do this, okay? So I would greatly appreciate your support, and thank you so much for viewing my channel. Thank you. And only listen to what applies to you. If it doesn't, that's okay. There'll probably be something else on my channel that you may apply to, as we all inspire and lift up each other. Thank you in advance. So, back to the dream I had that God gave to me, sent me, So I'm frustrated. Someone else is frustrated dropping eggs. I'm frustrated because I'm out of my way and I could not find my way home. And I would not ask anyone how to find my way home. The other lady, I'm just watching her with my baby as I'm strolling with the stroller, right? With my baby in the stroller, the baby carriage. And I'm looking back because she's so mad and frustrated that it just caught my attention of her yelling and things like that. And I think I said, like, oh my God, like, oops, like something like that. Like, are you okay? Like, because she dropped her groceries. And I don't think I really had it like that in a dream to just help her purchase more groceries. But I just wanted to know she was okay. And she wasn't. She was yelling her frustrations, not towards me, not towards anyone, but just a frustration, right? And there was this guy that drove up in the same direction that we were standing. We were going up the road and the car was coming down the road, speed, okay? So fast. And there was a guy that's like drove so fast and he was just like spinning along the road towards us. And then the car had swerved and stopped right in front of the lady. And he gave her a gesture like, what's up? He looked at her like, saying, what's up? And, with a head nod. He had like blonde, curly hair in the front and black hair in the back. It was kind of like a fancy style, but funky a bit, right? A little spicy. And I was like saying, wow, look at that guy. He's so handsome. Like I'm looking, not like I am attracted to the guy, but the guy just looked nice looking. I just realized, I recognize that. I recognize beauty when I see it. So I'm just watching and I'm like looking at the guy and watching the lady and the friend next to the lady that was mad about dropping her groceries. I'm still like confused about where I'm going. So I keep walking. I don't know what happened to the girl. But the guy gave her a gesture like, hey, I got you. Or a gesture like, hey, take my number and call me. Like, I got you. You need a ride? That's the look he gave the lady. And me, I just kept walking. And I kept walking. And then eventually the group of guys that I saw were still outside. And one guy was off to the side. And he had, like I mentioned, the short, curly hair. Okay? Shoulder length, a little bit above the shoulder length. While wavy hair, spunky looking, and he was dressed casual. And kept walking, and I was thinking about possibly the things that I needed that I didn't get yet, or I don't have. And this guy just kept looking at me, but not like in an attractive way, just looking at me. And not staring at me, but glancing at me, just glancing over at me, like sporadically, like just looking back and forth a little bit. Like he was busy, like he was up to something. And then other guys, they were in the group talking and, standing around together outside. And before you know it, by the time I got closer up to where the guys were, this guy reaches out in front of my stroller, looking like some type of factory building or something like that, and hands me over a brown bag with a box in it. And so I just said, "Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, for the bag." I didn't know what was in it, but I took it and I said, "Thank you so much. I appreciate you." And the guy just looked at me, is like just nodding, giving me gestures, like, "Okay, yeah. Like, you're welcome." And then, so I went back and I finally made it to another destination. Still strange, kind of strange dream, kind of weird. Wasn't really getting it much, right? So I opened the bag and I opened the box. And so, excuse me, because I'm kind of like trying to get this out. And I'm deep in thought. My sinuses are here, so I'm trying to make this quick. And so, here's the thing, right? So, I opened the bag and I opened the box, and there was food inside of the box. All right? Also, inside the box, there were clothes, okay? There were some clothes inside of the box. They weren't like old clothes, okay? And then at the bottom of the clothes was a stack of money. This guy was getting me bands and bands of money, and he was putting it in the bottom of the bag. And he put it in the bottom of the bag so that, I could be safe. Like, no one could notice that I had so much money. And what I mean, this guy was putting bands. He filled the whole bottom of the bag, the brown bag, cloth bag with bands. It wasn't a plastic bag. It wasn't a paper bag. It was a cloth bag. I don't know how you call it, but those kind of cloths that you would have in like ancient time. Like they're sacks, right? So, excuse me, I have allergies. Be patient with me. And so I'm going to make this a little short, okay? So, remember, I mentioned being lost, out of my way. I'm not in touch with anyone, not asking anyone for anything. I see this group of guys. There was one guy looking at me. Okay? Also, I forgot to mention that there was also a part of my dream where there was a group of people trying to judge me, like, talk about me. Like, talk about me and say not so nice things. And I suddenly approached them and I said something like, "Don't you know that your words, that the words that you're speaking over me is like spells. Like you're speaking spell work over me. And they was like, oh, that's not spell work. And I'm like, yes, it is, because if it's not nice, it is something mean that you're saying over me, or that's not true. That's like putting spells over someone. Speaking over someone's life in a negative way is like doing spells. So I don't think that's nice, and I think you should stop. Right? So there was these other women that sat around, and they actually were like giving like a little like sensory like gesture, like she is right for you to say that, and you don't really know the person. And then it was some that was agreeing with the lady that was judging me. So that's 3 pointers. Okay? Getting lost, being out of your way, someone dropping their groceries, getting frustrated. And then a group of people judging me, right? So this is what I got from God. I was talking to God. I was talking to the Holy Spirit. And I was trying to interpret the dream. And I was asking, for some guidance, a couple questions. It's 7:07. So you might be seeing 7:07 when this starts to happen to you, the number 25. And you might be seeing blimpies, red, blue, white, and yellow. All right? That is going to be a sign. Or balloons. If you see balloons, that's a sign that your prayers are being answered. That you're walking into your breakthrough. Your breakthrough is here. You know why? Because you are the breakthrough. So let me get to it. Okay, what God was saying to me is that the way your breakthrough is going to look is going to be, you're not even going to notice. It's going to be something strange, okay? A day that's kind of, seeming like it's chaotic. It's all over the place. Like too much is going on. Like, it's going to seem like you're a little wary, right? But you're not. You're not. You're actually walking into your breakthrough. It could be little things that God give you first. It could be big things. It depends, on what you've been praying for. And God also has been testing you. And a lot of you passed the test, okay? It is your time. That's what I'm getting. It's your time. So, me being lost and out of my way, not being able to find my way. You might be stuck in traffic. Something might be delayed. I don't know, a job, all right? Some creativity, something you're working on, a project, maybe a relationship, maybe a pregnancy, maybe, maybe just, a pregnancy, maybe you're waiting for some finances, maybe you need to do a couple of things, and the first sign that you'll know that your breakthrough is here is that there'll be probably people that you haven't seen out of your way, and they look kind of strange. Use your discernment. Someone is going to give you a gift. Someone is going to surprisingly give you a gift. Not someone that you know, someone that you don't know. 2, okay, you might need help with your groceries. You might be short on change. And maybe there's times when you actually have it to pay for your groceries. But you get to the supermarket and you buy all your stuff. You gather all your stuff. And you're ready to buy your stuff. And they scan every item. And you finally get to the last item. And you realize you're short of change. or a couple dollars and someone pays it forward. Maybe you need a ride home. You got groceries. You need a ride home. Someone rides you home. Maybe someone you know or a nice person. But use your discernment. Don't get in cars with people. I would not condone that. Okay? Maybe the delivery person, you know, helps you to get home. Or maybe a friend or a nice family member, a coworker might drive you home. Okay? Maybe you're buying something, food or something, and someone like helps you out by paying it forward, you know? Because you help someone out. You help someone out many times. And lastly, people may start judging you when God gives you a lump sum of money, okay? God starts to bless you, and people may not know unless you tell them. Don't tell them these things. God wants you to enjoy your blessings first. So, enjoy your blessings first, and then when you situate it, then you can pay it forward to someone else. Okay, then you can say something, maybe to your partner. If they're good family, I still would recommend you to still keep this blessing to yourself because God is still testing you. Okay, because the money that He's gonna give you, or the blessings that He's going to give you, is not from your normal, usual blessing that you will receive. So God wants you to keep it on a hush hush, okay? And yeah, God is going to give you some money or whatever you've been asking for, a relationship, a new relationship, waiting to get married. Maybe your time is nearing, okay? A solid commitment, a contract, okay? Maybe you're working on writing a book and you complete the book, you find the missing puzzle pieces to writing your book or writing a song, all right? Or maybe you start a routine in your diet, the way you eat, the way you exercise, or you found something that works for you. And you're thriving and doing very well. Okay? So God is going to bless you. It is coming. Watch out for white birds, blue jays, red jays, fish, peaches, babies and newborn babies in carriages, pregnant women, couples holding hands together. Maybe you might see them kissing, hugging on each other, laughing, kids playing, cars, room, like making, those kind of sounds, motorcycles, or just beeping their horns and the birds chirping. That's a sign. That is a sign. All right? And you're going to know God is going to bless you. Keep an open mind. Stay in alignment. Stay precious. Stay kind. But stand on solid ground. You speak up. You be assertive with certainty, with wisdom, knowledge, and truth. Always live in your truth. Always be authentic. Always have love in your heart. But when you need to speak up, you speak up. If you don't, then you don't. If you need to walk away, then you walk away. Okay? That is very beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful. So I hope this helps, even if it's kind of scattered the way I'm telling you this. This is how I'm perceiving it. And I try to remember everything that I dreamt of and that I talked to God and Messiah with. So God bless you. And thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe so that we can grow this inspirational channel together. I am finally taking the leap of faith and starting my channel, and I'm excited to share this with you, and we'll talk about more. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye-bye.